What's up, everyone? It's been a long time since I have made a video. Sorry about this setup. I'm making coffee. I just didn't want to make this video just kind of sitting down in front of the camera, just kind of talking. I'd rather be doing something, make it a little different. I don't think it's gonna look better. I don't think it's gonna sound great because there's gonna be boiling water and coffee grinder, but you know, it's something different. I'm here to give you guys a post-surgery update. So at the beginning of this whole surgery process, I said I was going to document along the way what the process was like, and now it's been 10 weeks since the surgery as of yesterday, and I haven't filmed much, and that's honestly because the process for the first 6 weeks was awesome. You know, you non-weight bear it, you don't walk around, you just kind of ride the scooter and stay off of it, and it felt really good. It was healing really well. We were stretching, we were doing rehab, and it was honestly going super smooth. But if I'm being honest, the past 4 weeks of this whole surgery, post-surgery process has been pretty much a living hell, and it's not been fun. I mean, surgery's never fun, but it's not been easy, and I'm not gonna give you like the Christian answer of like, oh, it was a challenging season. Like, no, it's been horrible. It's been really painful. It's been tough. I'm having so much trouble getting around and doing day-to-day things. The end of the semester's coming up, and I was supposed to be able to walk by the time my finals came around, and I'm still on the crutches doing non-weight bearing and partial weight bearing. And so I thought I'd give you guys a little update on that. So when did all this pain start? The day after the 6-week mark of my surgery, I was able to start walking again. I was able to do partial weight bearing and use the crutches to kind of wean myself back onto putting pressure on the foot. And that went incredibly well. That was going super well, and after a few days, I was off the crutches walking around in a boot, and that was awesome. And it felt so great. I was able to walk normally for the first time in like 3-4 years, which was really exciting for me. And we went to Texas, we went to a meet out there. I started to do some lineups, getting back into a little bit of training, and while still wearing the boot and things like that. And then the last day in Texas, my foot started to just hurt a lot. And you know, at the beginning of this process, they tell you that there's gonna be setbacks, so when the foot started hurting, I was like, okay, this is normal, it's sore, I haven't done anything in a long time. But then the pain persisted. So 4 weeks later, I'm still having a lot of pain, and over the past 3 weeks, I've had a CT scan, and yesterday I had an MRI. We wanted to make sure it wasn't bone pain because that could happen after putting weight on it again. And the CT scan showed that the bone was healed. The surgery was 100% successful, and the bone is held together. It looks great. It's healed up really nicely, but it didn't explain why I was having pain. And the pain I was having was not near where the surgery was. It's more on the inside of the foot. And so I had an MRI yesterday after trying to do partial weight bearing for the past few weeks and just like excruciating pain. My foot's been swollen the size of a balloon a lot of days through this process, and we got the MRI, and I don't know the results yet. I have to wait till Monday to find out what they say, but it's just been like the worst thing I've ever endured in my life. These past 4 weeks have been the most painful, the most frustrating days I have experienced. And you know what? That's surgery. No one said it's easy, and everyone said it's a hard process, but I didn't fully expect it to be this hard. I didn't fully expect there to be other pains besides just the bone, because the bone hasn't hurt and the bone feels awesome, which is what we sought out to fix, and we fixed it. But now it's a game of, well, why does this hurt? Why does that hurt? How do we fix it? And just my patience has been tested pretty much beyond the limit, and it's been really tough. You know, I think the hardest part so far in this process is not necessarily the waiting for it to heal. Like, yeah, it's a big game of waiting. It's a lot of trying a lot of things, doing different rehab exercises, but the hard part is one day it'll feel great doing a certain exercise, like walking on an underwater treadmill, especially at the beginning, felt awesome, and then now the next day I can't even pull my foot back because it hurts too much. And throughout the whole 6 weeks before I started walking, I wasn't having any pain like stretching my foot back with a towel, and now I can't even put the towel around my foot without being in excruciating pain. And so it's just more the frustration that some days it feels really good and I feel like I'm going to get right back on track, and then the next day it just feels worse than it did before surgery. And it's just been such an exhausting process, physically and mentally, emotionally and spiritually, that I'm just kind of exhausted. There's no other way to say it other than it's just a horribly hard process. And you see lots of people in their life go through surgery, and some people go through it really quick, and that's what I was hoping for, and that's not the way it's turning out. I do still believe that the healing is coming, and that this pain is not going to last forever. I mean, I've only been having this pain for 4 weeks, but it feels like 4 years, you know? It feels horrible. And I know that maybe in 10 weeks time from now, my foot's going to feel awesome and I'm going to be back to diving. But in the moment, in the middle of this process, it is so hard for me to see that. It is so hard for me to like accept the fact that, yeah, I'm having pain right now, but healing is coming. And so I've just really been struggling over the past 4 weeks to do anything. Like even me standing here making coffee, I can't stand without these crutches, without being on one foot. And after you're hopping around for 10 weeks on one leg, you get pretty exhausted pretty fast. After you're climbing 3 flights of stairs for 10 weeks on one leg and both your arms using crutches, it gets exhausting fast when you know that you're like so close to being done with it, but yet you don't feel close at all. That's what sucks about being in the middle of this process. At the beginning, it's a lot more encouraging because you come out of surgery, you wake up and they're like, all right, you got screws in your foot, wait 6 weeks and you're going to be good. And then you wait 6 weeks and you're good for a couple days, and then you got a lot of new pain, and it's a process. And you know, that's all of life. This is not going to be a first season. I have to keep reminding myself that I didn't do this surgery for my diving career, because my diving career has an end date. I don't know when that end date is. I hope it's long off in the future, but I did this surgery so that in the future, when I have children, I can walk with my kids, I can run with my kids, I can just be a normal man. I can be a normal person and enjoy life and not have to worry about waking up and warming up my foot for 5 minutes before I step out of the bed like I've had to the past 3 or 4 years. You know, I have to keep remembering the goal at the end of all this of why we did the surgery. But in the middle, when you're hurting, when you can't even stand, when you can't even sit with your foot flat on the ground because it hurts too much being in that position, it's really hard to see the end of it. And so that's why I haven't been documenting this whole process, is because the past 4 weeks I didn't want to document pain. I didn't want to document things that weren't good, and there hasn't really been anything good in the past 4 weeks. There's just been a lot of hurt and a lot of frustration and a lot of anger, and the last thing I want when I'm hurt and angry and upset and in pain is to be on camera and then have to watch it and edit it back. Like, I'm not wanting to do that. But you know, that's why they give you a huge time gap before they're like, all right, you're going to be healthy again, is because things can happen and setbacks happen in the middle. And this is a setback. Before the surgery, the doctor and the trainers all told me, yo, there are going to be setbacks. In the moment, I was like, no, I'm going to do everything I can to follow the regimen to a T so there's no setbacks. And I did that, and there's still setbacks. And it's just coming to the reality that this is a process, and I am so over the process. But at the end of, not today, not the end of the day, but at the end of this whole process, I'm going to be able to walk again, and it's going to feel great, and I'm going to be able to do normal life. I'm going to be able to dive again. I'm going to be able to do a lot of things that I haven't been able to do, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to not having crutches under my armpits or a scooter in my car, or, you know, not being able to drive everywhere. It's gonna be it's going to be nice to be mobile again. So that's where I'm at week 10. Not a great place. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm hoping this MRI at least shows something, because we got the CT scan and it showed nothing bad, which was frustrating for me, because I'm like, even if it showed something bad, we'd know what to do to fix it. So this MRI, whatever it shows, I know there's going to be a solution that comes out of it. It sucks that I have to wait all weekend. It's currently Saturday. I have to wait till Monday to have the doctor look at the MRI because he's off all weekend. And so it's a waiting game. I'm not in the best spot, but I'm hanging tough and I'm fighting as hard as I can, because Tokyo is still a ways away, but it's not that far away. And so I want to be as prepared as I can be, but I also want to be able to walk from the kitchen to the bathroom to the bedroom, down the stairs. I just want to be able to walk. And so that's my number one priority right now. So thanks for supporting. Hopefully this setup was not weird. I'm like a hunchback because of these crutches right now, and hopefully it sounds all right. I haven't made a video in forever. I've just, again, not been in a place to make videos, but I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there, and it's gonna get better soon. So thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this coffee now. I hope that was fine.